Thank you to CSU faculty and staff for their commitment to conserving energy and reducing waste.
At CSU, green means we care for our planet.
I'm willing to give up my desktop printer to save CSU money and our planet's natural resources.
We are all stewards of our environment.
Our planet is finite. Using less means saving more.
On behalf of all the students here at Cleveland State University, I encourage you to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
I am proud.
I'm proud.
I'm proud CSU is committed
Committed to being a sustainable university.
Welcome to a sustainable CSU.
Get ready to learn how less printing, more scanning, and sound document management is the foundation for another green CSU energy-saving initiative. At Cleveland State University, we're committed to engaged learning, and we're committed to CSU being a sustainable university. Simply put, sustainability has to do with reducing our footprint on the future. Our goal, a state-mandated 20% reduction in both energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions campus-wide. CSU will achieve this goal by replacing HVAC systems designed in the 1950s with state-of-the-art systems being installed now that are designed to offset future energy cost increases by reduced consumption of energy.
The energy savings alone are going to be monumental, and there's no question that from our standpoint, energy costs were growing twice the rate of inflation minimum, and in some cases even more than that. And so when your energy costs go up $1.5 million or $2 million a year, as ours did, there's no question that you have to make room for that extra expenditure. And in this economy, that means at least not filling vacant jobs. If not, we haven't fortunately had to lay off very many people, but there's a lot of jobs that have gone unfilled because the budget's getting eaten up by things like energy costs.
During the months of September and October 2009, Xerox Corporation, on behalf of CSU's energy conservation partners, the Brewer Garrett Company, First Metrics, and URS, visited offices, classrooms, public spaces, and print shops on campus to create an inventory of copiers, printers, fax machines, and scanners.
The assessment is really a collection of data. We're looking at every single output device, whether it's copy, print, fax, and scan, and we take a data collection of what the device is doing, where it's located, and who and how many people it's supporting. And that allows us to build some guidelines or principles of the project to say, well, you know, it's good to reduce assets because you're reducing some of the carbon footprint, but we don't want people becoming unproductive and making them walk too far or, you know, not having the right technology to do their work. So the benefit of the assessment is putting the right technology in the right place, printing the right applications, and supporting the right workflows so that people can be more productive and that we can bring a sustainable platform to Cleveland State.
The inventory revealed, for every CSU faculty and staff member, there is a corresponding output device. This 1-to-1 ratio is inefficient in the use of power, paper, toner, and device replacement. By using sound print management practices campus-wide at Cleveland State University, we will reduce energy, emissions, and solid waste. Jack Boyle, Vice President of Business Affairs and Finance, says while changing our document printing habits from a desktop printer to a network central office printer will mean a change in habits, the sustainability program for new managed print services at CSU will provide $500,000 in guaranteed savings per year and also will significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions and carbon footprint for the entire CSU campus community.
We all had the same position. I'm not going to walk, 12 feet to get my print jobs. Well, what you learn is, well, I don't really have to print it, and so you don't have to walk 10 feet because you're not going to print it. You're going to read it and you're going to save it to your computer. The stuff you do have to print, you'll be doing it more efficiently. You can do duplex printing. There's all kinds of things that will be built into the system where, I can envision that we would program these things so you get duplex unless you go the other way rather than what we do now. So you need to print out a document that you need to sign for legal purposes or something. We're used to printing out 20 pages because it's a 20-page document just because that's what the printer did. That's right. Now I think you're going to stop and say, well, do I really need to print it out? If the answer is yes, press the button and we'll print it out on 10 pages rather than 20.
I'm not certain how significantly it will change, aside from the fact that they may have to stand up and walk to a printer that may be a few steps down the hall. But I really don't think that it's going to be a significant burden to anyone. People here at the university are reasonable people. I mean, they listen, they understand, and as long as the business case makes sense, they're going to cooperate.
Associate Professor of Computer Science Dr. Ben Blake is ready to cooperate.
When I heard about this printer thing, I looked over and saw I have this junky old printer that I haven't used forever, and it's been plugged in for 2 years. So I'm guilty. I finally unplugged it.
With no desktop printer, Dr. Blake prints to an existing printer copier down the hall.
It does me a little bit of good to stand up out of my chair and actually do something a little physical. Albeit it's only a few steps down the hall, it does get my blood going a little bit and stuff like that. And it's really nice that I can send off these things to this nice printer, have, for instance, a test, have it all stapled and collated together so I don't have to print off one copy, go to the copy machine, mess around with a bunch of buttons. I can do it all from my desktop here.
So it makes life easier.
I think so.
Dr. Blake says he's ready to set an example at CSU for his colleagues on faculty and CSU staff.
When I unplugged that printer, it did not save Cleveland State any significant amount whatsoever. But if a few thousand of us unplug a printer and all of a sudden there's dollars that are saved.
Xerox has successfully launched document management strategies at Stanford University, State University of New York, University of Massachusetts, Stonehill College, the University at Calgary, Park University, Rotterdam University, Hobart and William Smith Colleges, Tulane, among others. Log on to xerox.com/highered for more information on how Xerox helps higher education institutions. Click on Case Studies. From the observations I've had, Jack, your university from top to bottom has embraced sustainability. Why?
Well, I think because A, it's the right thing to do environmentally, but secondly, I think our students are going to demand it, and thirdly, it's going to save us money. So in the long run, it's a win-win-win.
We realize that the students that are coming to the institution these days are very interested in conservation and the sustainability of the planet. So those are very important items with the students and consequently with the university as well.
Students who are looking to get into environmental science or policy or urban planning and things like that are definitely going to be attracted to CSU.
By reducing the carbon footprint of CSU, we are committed to being good stewards of our environment and to saving money that will help keep the cost of education for our students affordable. The CSU Print Management Initiative fulfills the Northeast Ohio Collaboration and Innovation Commission's recommendation to centralize the print management function. The CSU administration is looking forward to working with students, faculty senate, and all members of the university community to make this sustainable initiative successful.
If you put it in the context of the university not just trying to save energy, print, fax, scan will give you that, because if you take a building that has 100 devices plugged into an outlet producing print and fax for you, and now you reduce that to 5 or 6 or 10, you're saving a lot of energy that way. But we're also a sustainable university. We're trying to do everything that will help our environment. And anytime you can consolidate and reduce resources that are being deployed for things that you can live without, you are making this environment sustainable for our students, for the environment in general.
This is a great time to be at CSU. Renovated buildings have created a greater learning environment for students, faculty, and staff. New construction is creating state-of-the-art buildings for education, collaboration, and community space. Environmental initiatives have also had a positive impact on attracting development dollars and support from CSU alumni.
What's your observation of this campus and its approach to sustainability and environmental studies and recognizing the global topic of environment and sustainability?
It's a great question. I'm a CSU, very proud CSU alum, and I've been watching with great interest what the campus has been doing. They're actually leading the country in a lot of ways on what they're doing to become more green, with the green roof recently and other things that they're doing here. So I think they're doing a fantastic job. and I applaud their efforts, really.
During the coming months, CSU will, in a series of videos, web-based guidelines, and instructions, communicate to the CSU community a new print management strategy that demonstrates the university's ongoing commitment to sustainability. By optimizing the print management function at CSU, together we will have the ability to print high-quality documents at the right time, at the right place, at the lowest costs, and reduce energy, emissions, and waste. At CSU, we're committed to engaged learning and doing our part for the planet, a sustainable university community.